there's a lunar thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it sound like those treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new video that's amazing proof for not alone universe. UFO in the form of a bright light is descending over the dome of the rock of Jerusalem.
Oh, what am I doing way down there? Hold on a second. That's too low. For now, I'll have to lower the flag or raise the head. Well, yeah. Well, welcome to GUFON, everybody. I am a host. Am I your host? Probably for the night. Hold on, we got to get the clock up in the... everything looked good before I started this insanity. Can we put the clock in the flag? Yeah, we'll figure it out. There we go. That's good. Good enough. And we got to get that straight. What's this? Can we go? Can we get all primped up and ready before we start this shindig? Welcome to GUFON, everybody. It is Monday, October 28, 2024. The year of our Lord Zich. The year of our Lord Zich. Who? That's right. Still, it's Monday, right? Yeah, man. It feels like a Sunday, late Sunday, slept all day, no energy. Just couldn't see all day either. So if you're wondering, like, hey, I thought you were going to put these videos. Well, I can't put the videos up if I can't see what I'm doing. My eyes were so watery all night, my left eye, and then it switched. I got blurry. I rubbed it so much. I'm surprised I was icing my bags under my eyes because they were so swollen. Terrible. Just terrible. So yeah, I'm going to try to get those done later on. It's nothing special. It's just, I'll show some of it tonight while we're doing this show, but you guys will get the full version. What is on my nose? Wait, hold on now. Hold on. There's something on the nose. No, really? Okay, there was nothing there. It was like off. It must have fallen off in the shuffle. All right. Well, it's Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Tonight, I want to talk about, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, man. Burchette, Tim Burchette, representative, congressman from Wyoming. He says, without a shadow of a doubt, Trump will disclose aliens. What a dumb thing to say. Why would you say that? Why? It's not going to happen. He knows. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows. Trump doesn't know diddly doody squat. He can lie about anything else. You don't lie about aliens. Or exaggerate. We got the best aliens, the biggest aliens, tallest, smartest, most beautiful. We got it all. Yeah. He ain't going to do anything. And I know some people think the earth is round. It is not. How many times have you heard Neil deGrasse Tyson say, the earth is not round? He says it's oblate. Oblate. And the picture in the thumbnail is a real picture of the earth. And it's not shadow lining from the sun not hitting that part of the earth. That's a real picture accidentally given out to the public. Did you know that, right? Nope, that is. That's the true picture from, was it 25,000 miles away? It's far. 12,000? Oh, no. That's really far. That's a real picture. It is. And that's not the divide line either. Because that's not how it works. Nope. We'll take a look at that. And I'll show you. The earth is oblate. What's oblate? Hey, that's a big question. O-B-L-A-T-E. Oblate spheroid. Oblate meaning. Oblate. Flattened. That's all it says here. On the pattern of Latin, it doesn't say a person dedicated to a religious life, but typically having not taken full. No, that's not it. Oblate? Okay, there's a noun and then there's a plural noun. The noun is a person dedicated to a religious life. That's the other meaning. And then we've got this one, geometry. That's all it says. Oblate of a spheroid, flattened at the poles. Flattened at the poles. What the thumbnail looks like. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're talking about. That is an accidental on purpose. Just like when you accidentally text someone on purpose because you want to get them to know you're alive, and you go, I didn't mean to text you. That was an accident. By the way, how you doing? Right? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I'll get a text, never seen the number before. And they go, so what do you think? And then I'll come back with, so who am I? And then you never hear from them again. One time, I think the girl said, is this it was Felicia or Maria or some Maia? But nothing ever happened. Oh, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. Who's here tonight? Let's do a little roll call before we get this shindig started. I want to say thank you for your attendance. Nathan from the Quantum Show. How do you say, oh boy, how do you go? What's up, Nathan? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. You got the memo. Section 47. Welcome to the show. If Trump is going to do something, why didn't he do it when? Exactly. Right? Because now I know who I got to talk to. Before I didn't know. Shut off. Nobody. You're right. 100%. Why didn't he? You were there 4 years, Yakov Smirnov, right? Unbelievable, that guy. How you doing? Mrs. Brooke is, yeah, they went back an hour in the UK about a few days ago. Yeah. So it's 4 hours until the 10th of November. And then it goes back to 5 because we have to put our clocks. Spring ahead, fall behind. Glenn Collins. What's up, GC? How you doing? Good to see you, everybody. Good. Okay. Thor Panku. Thor Panku. I couldn't get the Panku. Yeah. Throat is still sore. Welcome to the show, man. Hey, Jeanette, the angel of GUFON. What's up? Welcome to the show. David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Don't say Wilcock. Everybody dies. Welcome to the show. We're going to do it freestyle. I can't. The light hurts my eyes. Alfie Joe Bob, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Marcel, Goofonian Metal Head. Alfie Joe Bob, welcome to the show. Huh? I didn't say. Welcome to the show. Renee Cruz. Welcome to the show. Felix Riolare. Or is it Rolare? Dinosaur-shaped Earth. Prove me wrong. I can't. It was too long ago. Everything's changed. That was over 60 million years ago. 65 if you want to. That's right, Mrs. Brooks. Flat Earth. I was getting there. What's up, Cairo? Black hole at the very northeast of the North Pole. There's something going on. You know, what if each planet has their own travel hole? Right? Like, what if at the poles of every sphere? Well, then that doesn't make sense. Why would there be one here and not on the Mars or the Venus, right? Or the Jupiter? How do you know there isn't? I don't know. But it wouldn't make sense because we used to call Pluto a planet. So that would have meant it had to have had a hole to go traveling through. And then when we took the planet label off, the hole was taken with it. Or you see, you can't go by man alone. You got to go by spheroids out there. And each one's a little different. Now, the Earth we think is special because we got mountains, valleys, and all that other stuff we can see in it. Stuff we can't see, and we imagine. Our imagination gets us going. Stop that. Be real. And just think. We can only go through the sun. Stupid. All right. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. Raging Against Machine. How you doing? It means we got a lot of show to do. So I can't do hellos. I wish I could. Remember when we used to have a lot? So it's not my fault. I was going to talk about a fan of the show sent me some footage of a light. And I was going to show it, but I don't know if I'll be able to the way I want it to tonight. I didn't edit it. I want to edit it. I want to look at it again because I'm not sure what we're looking at with this video. It's so tiny and it could be anything. That's the whole thing. But if a dot does things that are not normal, zigzag, disappear far away, reappear close up, you know, weird maneuvers, not drone-like stuff. Well, this one, it flashes, it moves, but I don't really know if it's really UFO worthy. And yes, it's unknown, but you know, it could all just be a lie too. I doubt it. If you know the person and read the story, you doubt it's a hoax. But I have to take everything into consideration. So I'm going to give it one more day. I'm not going to say who it is. If they want to say who it is, they can tell you who they are. But I know that somebody else didn't even give this video the time of day, saying, I don't see anything. There's nothing there. No, there's something there. I see what this person sees. But it's so freaking tiny. You know, like as tiny as you could be, but it does things, and it's at night. I don't know if it's close. I don't know if it's far. I don't know if it's further. You just don't know. There's a lot of ifs, and usually I wouldn't even bother with this video because it's so hard to see the object, but that's why I want to blow it up. I want to give the guy a fair shot. You be the judge, and you can tell him. Yeah, you tell him what you think it is. I think I already told him what I think it might be, but I don't really know. And these are the things that are very hard for people like us to examine. And the person he brought it to claims they're very good at doing this. I can figure out anything. Didn't even care to look at, said they didn't see anything when you can clearly see something. So either they lied or they're not very good at what they claim to be good at. Okay, it's Scambian. That's who this person went to. Scambian ignored him. There, you remember, the guy, Andrew, who was pissed that I won't let him back in because he's very rude? He sent me stuff that if I showed you, you would tell him immediately, bro, come on. It's pareidolia. It's nothing. Mountains moving. Come on. You know what I mean? Mountains that are alive and all this shit. I ain't fucking going into that stupid shit. The pareidolia world, you can have it. Take it somewhere else, I said. Very nice about it. I don't believe what you see is what I said. I don't believe in it. Therefore, I won't be able to give you a fair review. Stop sending me shit. Didn't listen. But when it comes to lights, I'll take a look. If I see it, I'll let you know. I'm always honest. But here's the catch. The difference between me and Scambian or somebody like him. They don't go out in the field and do this shit. They're not professional UFO dot chasers. They're not. All he does is yell and bitch about the people who've already gotten popular in the field that shouldn't be. That's Scambian's field. He does that better than anybody. He can have it. That's not what I'm good at. I'm good at just looking at shit because I've been out there. I know how people can lie. I know how fakes are most likely done. You can see it. Same with the Cousins brothers. They know they've gotten more shit. People don't give them credit. If you sent them this video, they would say, I see what you're saying, but it's so tiny we can't post it. Same here. I actually have to enhance it ridiculous amounts to see it. Yes, I can see it, but you know what I mean. If you really want to see it without going, you enhanced it and it's still hard to see. It's like that. Anyway, I went a long way just to say, we try. We try. Everybody tries. Oblate, flattened at the poles. Oblate. I'm telling you, the earth is not what you think. It's not round. I don't believe it's flat by any means. I just, because we all live pretty much above the equator, northern hemisphere, right? There's a reason. I don't know. That's why Antarctica is fun. There's something going on. I don't know. Maybe they're rebuilding the earth. Maybe it's under construction. Wouldn't that be great? I was going to say grand, like an ass, and I stopped myself. Did the TV show Beyond UFOs and the Unknown begin already? Did it? Somebody posted the intro to the show and said, this is the best intro I've ever seen. And it is. But I don't know if I could play it because it's a TV show. Let me see some. Beyond UFOs and the Unknown. It already started. 6.7 rating. Sunday, October 27th. Oh, it started yesterday. All right. Well, here's we can watch number one. Yeah, let's watch it. Ready? I can't do that. But it looks good. Yeah, I can't play the intro. I would like to, but I could skim through it and show you. Yeah, let's do that. I think they did a good job with the intro. It's fun. Astral posted it. So they tap on everything. Watch. Remember this one? That's that 1950 something. People thought that was fake, right? Yeah. Look how they made it look, though. And now watch. It gets really cool. Oh, abductions maybe, or demons or angels. The afterlife. Travis the Wall Walton. Yes. Yeah. Oh, who's this? Oh, angels and demons. Is that Anjali? Is she on TV? Who's this guy? Oh, no. They got the scholar in here, the guy who knows nothing about everything and everything about the 3 videos. Look at that. What is that? That's the Pentagon video thing right there. What is, oh my gimminant, holy crap sticks. Yes. Oh, look, they're inside a cockpit. Oh, look, what is this? Oh, there's that sideways one that everybody saw Joe Rogan loved. Remember, it went by and, oh, maybe it's a disc. Mars has a face on it? What are we getting into? Are we in a conspiracies as well? Yes, it's Beyond UFOs and the Unknown on Amazon Prime. Free with your Prime subscription. Pilot started October 27th, 2024, the year of our Lord Zich. Looks good. I like that intro. Looks like a lot of fun. They put a lot of work into the show. Seriously, I think it's good. We'll find out. I'm going to watch it with you. You know. I guess we could go over each episode tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Tuesday. All right, calm down. So every Tuesday, or actually every Monday, but tomorrow we'll go over. Well, who cares? We'll talk about it. Hey, so that hearing is going to happen on November 13th. It's a lock, stock, and barrel. Just in case you were wondering, are we on? Are we still on? Are we off? Is it on? No, it's going to happen. Who should Congress bring in to testify? Stephen Greenstreet posted that question for the UFO hearing. And here are some of the things he thinks. Who should testify? Well, Navy witnesses to 2019 California drone swarm. That'd be nice, yeah? Who should testify? Witnesses to Langley Air Force Base drone swarm. That would be a real pleasure, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be nice? Witnesses to 2019 Palo Verde drone swarm. That would be special. How about a Navy pilot who shot gimbal UFO video? That guy. Who's that guy? Where? What? Can't get him. Navy pilots who witnessed cube/sphere UFO. That would be a real hoot. Wouldn't it be great just to get one of those? Many. You know what? They saw them how often? Every day, Ryan Graves. Every day? Every day. Okay. All right. Okay. Military officials would be nice to testify, that were involved in shooting down multiple UFOs over Alaska and Canada. That would be cool. Yeah. Do you want to know who will actually testify? If you look in the right-hand side, right here. Yeah, see? We're going to get the guy who claims his house is haunted by evil spirits. Yeah, we're getting that guy. What's that guy's name? Who gives a shit? That's the guy. Oh, potentially the guy who claims he used his psychic powers to turn into an angel. That would be a real hoot too. Hope he doesn't cancel, because sometimes they cancel. And, well, it looks like the third one is, still up in the air. That's TBA, to be announced. Yeah. Wow. What a turnout that'll be, huh? That guy in his house haunted by those evil spirits. How about that guy who can turn himself into an angel? Yeah. Woo. This is going to be good. Can't wait. Hey, that's only 2 weeks and a few days away. Don't worry, you'll be satisfied. Thank you, Stephen Greenstreet, for your intuitive ways. You always seem to know which way these congressional hearings are going to go. And it looks like you've done it again. Smashing. I don't even doubt it. It will be true. That guy with the haunted house will be there. It's going to be a hoot. Can't wait. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm surprised at Rose Cuckold. I don't know what she's trying to pull. I'm sorry, I don't want to confuse you. Ross Couthart. We call him Rose Cuckold here. Well, he says former President Trump is constrained. He's constrained by what he can say on his UFO briefings, but his actions suggest lawmakers are seriously engaged on the subject. You heard it from the expert. His actions, Trump's actions. So now Rose Cuckold has taken in micro expressions and body language into his journalism. I didn't know you were supposed to do that. You can do that? That was supposed to be objective journalism. Wow, he actually looked at his body language. Trump's actions. What actions? Say what actions suggest lawmakers are seriously engaged on the subject. What are the actions there? What are the actions? Everybody's got actions. Trump's got actions. I guess we got to hear from the horse, jackass, his mouth.
If Donald Trump does become president, there's a lot of speculation that he's determined to get to the truth of this matter. It's significant that he's initiated a public conversation about the UFO issue, and I can see, as a former president, he's very constrained by the briefing that he's been given. He can't talk about things like the crash retrieval program, and I suspect...
Hold on. Who can? Who can? Wow, I don't know anybody who can. Who can? Like, really, who can? Nobody can anyway, you yahoo.
If and when he does become president, we may see a very different President Trump making a very big decision, a big capital D for disclosure. But I do think privately, inside the Congress, there are now very senior senators and congressional representatives who are very seriously engaged with this subject. It's no longer a stigmatized, taboo subject to be ignored. And President...
Taboo? As in tattoo? Taboo?
Congressional representatives who are very seriously engaged with this subject. It's no longer a stigmatized, taboo subject to be...
Taboo? Hey, boss. No, that's tattoo. I'm going to go to Tatooine. No, that's Tatooine. Huh.
Ignored. And President Trump's reactions and comments on Rogan clearly show that.
What was the last? Wait, what did he just say?
Comments on Rogan clearly show that.
Hold on. Wait a second. No, hold on.
A stigmatized, taboo subject to be ignored. And President Trump's reactions and comments on Rogan clearly show that.
It's all taboo. Yep. Taboo, taboo. Yeah, taboo. Okay, so, hey, I'm excited. At least there's going to be some activity before the end of the year. However, aren't you a little bit curious as to why they're having it on the 13th of November instead of, I almost have a feeling like it's not going to happen. I just think it's weird. It's like, it shouldn't matter who's president, but isn't there a vote going on November 5th for the president of the United States? It's November 5th, right? So then 8 days later, we're going to have a congressional hearing on UFOs. I guess it all matters on who's president. But let me give you a little inside scoop. It doesn't matter who's president. And that's why they're going to go ahead with it on a strange day during the election. I mean, who knows? They may not even be done counting at that point. I don't see how not. Trump's already won. Well, lost. But, well, you'll see. And so to them, it seems like it's a fixed election. They already know who's going to win. So that's why they're going ahead with it. I don't know. What's the one thing that we need? Just one thing. Just one. What would make everybody happy? Evidence. So far, we have no evidence. We have a lot of this. We've got a lot of that. But we got nothing in the middle that proves this or that. We got a lot of this. People are arguing. You're a liar. He made it up. He says he's psychic. He's an angel? I had no idea. There was so many people fighting amongst their friends now. I mean, it's really bad. And the attacks are out of fear. Yeah. And not the fear of disclosure. Oh, no, it has nothing to do with that. It's the fear that they won't be popular. Yeah. Because that's all this is. It's a popularity contest. It depends if you're on the right or the left. It does. It always has been since 2017. That's why we are not where we should be. It has nothing to do with the content, because every one of us who thinks like we do and runs the same narrative has been cut into pieces and shadow banned or whatever you want to call it. And how is that fair to you and all the other people who are looking for answers? So when you see something like this and you hear a lot of content creators in the UFO field saying, oh, I got to leave YouTube. I got to go somewhere else. They're shadow banning me. Nobody comes anymore. It doesn't make any sense. YouTube doesn't help me get my show out. It doesn't matter. Everybody's saying it. It doesn't matter, because what's going to happen is they're all going to go somewhere else or not care anymore and give up. And that's what they hope we do. They hope we give up and go away. Can't. Doesn't matter how bad it is. Yeah. We've got to keep pushing forward. Even if it's, because YouTube, even though it's YouTube, we're still going to reach more people here than if we went to Rumble or we went somewhere else. It wouldn't make sense to make the jump. I promise. And people think you can go over there and say anything you want without any consequences. It's the same. You can't post other people's videos. You can't go over there and say certain things. It's all the same. Nothing's different over there. That's why I never left. And you think you're going to reach people over there and grow. Rumble doesn't have a tenth of what YouTube has. That's why we put everything here. Everything will always be here. Will always be going. So anyway, we are moving forward. I'm sorry. I don't know why I went that way, but I just thought I'd let you know. Does anybody know Ted Rice? I don't know. Now I'm irritated. Ted Rice. Don't know him. Never heard of him till today. Name sounds familiar. Well, he's a guy who is speaking about aliens feeding on humans and multiple races of aliens working together. He says this is what's happening on the ships with the aliens who claim they're here to raise our consciousness and to send us to a fifth dimension. So now all that's a lie. So everything Lou, everything all those guys were talking about, all of a sudden now it's a bad thing. Yeah. Remember how they used to say, you know, go to the light? No, don't go into the light. Don't you remember Poltergeist? You said not to go into the light. Steven, not yet. You said not to go in. I don't know. Do you go in? Do you not go in? I still don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Who the hell is Ted Rice? He says, I saw men, women, children being hung up on, well, here, I'll play it. And we're the ones that are shadow banned. And you get stories like this that are totally made up out of somebody's idiotic. I mean, if you just look at the guy, you can tell he's just not all there. I just look at him in a still image. I can tell you that guy's a fucking idiot.
I saw men, women,
that's all I needed.
Children, beings hung up on meat hooks and slaughtered, and their body parts.
How easy is that to say?
Where they were dismembered and their body parts were packed in crates, and with these crates were then moved into small UFOs.
He had access to see all this, by the way. Yeah, everything. And live to tell about it. Yeah. But Bob Lazar can't talk. Yeah.
And were taken out to alien colonies for them to feed upon. Some are reptilian, some are what they call the Greys, the
there
Nordics,
you go.
What have you.
You know, nobody's come up with a new alien species in decades. I was just hoping he would come out and say the Schmeroids or something like that. Damn it. Come on, Ted, you let us down. Oh, look, hey, he's going into the Nordics. He mentioned them all, didn't he? The reptilians, the Greys, the Nordics, the tall whites, and, you know, the little ones. This is great.
Different people tell us that they're all different species of aliens coming from
Of course they are.
different parts of the universe. I don't know originally where they came from, but I do know this. I have seen.
That's the loophole, you schmuck. Nobody knows. It's all made up. That's why nobody can give you an answer. Because if anybody gave you a specific answer, oh, they're on planet Schmacky on IB90 in Andromeda, everybody would go look at Schmacky and see it's just a rock and nothing there. No clouds, no atmosphere. You lied. You will be known as a liar. That's why. And then you have to continue saying, oh no, Schmacky, they're in the rock. Hey, by the way, we lied. It's not a rock. So you just lied. We lied to you so you could lie to us. There is trees. There is life. But you just lied to us. See, everybody lies. Everybody who makes claims like this is lying. I promise you, without evidence. Okay, I'll let it play out.
Many of them on the same ship together.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. They own the same. No, so they're capitalists. They're capitalists.
The same ship together. Them on the same ship. Many of them on the same ship together. I have had Greys come and take me through the walls of my house and into a ship, and I get on there.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
And this reptilians there, and then before they're done with me and I'm on a table having awful things done to me, a Nordic will come in and do something.
Tell me what? What will they do? Be specific, bald freak.
And
oh no, they've done things to what'd they do? Oh, they done things. What did they do specifically? Well, when the tall gray and the mini whites came in, and it's tall whites and small grays, whatever, they came in and did stuff to me. What'd they do? They did awful things. What were the awful things? Oh man, they were so bad. I can't even, you tell me what they said, what they do. I just can't.
You know, I just can't buy.
I told you, I can't, should not be in this guy's vocabulary.
They're all different species that are against each other.
What a perfect loophole he made.
I just don't buy any of that at this point. I think they're all working together.
Dumb. Let me calm down. I just think they're all working together. I don't know. I think it's the tall whites and the small grays. They're using us for food. And we're living in an imaginary universe. Am I still bald? And you're still ugly and stupid, yes. See, I get this mad because that guy's so full of shit and nobody's sitting there going, bullshit, you're lying, where's the proof? Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me, fool. Idiots. Oh, let's have this guy on with no evidence. No, just let him tell his story. Go ahead. Now they're putting this on hooks, on meat hooks and cold freezers, and they're just slicing and dicing and using our body parts for all sorts of different things. And I seen my friend Wilbur. My friend Wilbur's left foot was in a box, and I could have sworn it said Omaha on there. Like, is that going to the Omaha Steakhouse? I'm sure wondering now if they're getting a foot up on the competition, if you know what I mean. But I then done seen a heart get put into a box, and it said MMU. Well, there's Miami University, I think. Well, I think they're studying our parts. I could swear it. I swear it. And then I seen my friend the other day, and he had both his feet. I was like, darn it. Maybe I did dream it after all. Maybe the whole thing's made up. Maybe I'm just a liar. Did I say that out loud? Oh, shit. Am I still bald? I don't know. All right. You know there was a Bigfoot sighting? Yeah. Well, that guy bothered me, man. That's not cool. What's that? Oh, by the way, yeah, you can help support Truthology for Ufology, Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. You know what to do. Bigfoot. Not on. This may be the best footage I've ever seen. Fake. Huh? This may be the best Bigfoot footage I've ever seen. Fake. I'm going to play it for you. It's fake. What? Did you guys? Fake. What? Fake. Fake. Drone catches Bigfoot. No. Just a walking in the woods in my Bigfoot, in my drone up in the trees, and no, he doesn't hear me. My drone, it whistles, it vibrates loud, and I can't see through a cloud. Bigfoot don't see me. I'm buzzing, I'm turning, I'm spitting, I'm chewing, and Bigfoot stepping on gum and rocks. He don't feel or see a thing up top. Come on, Big, show us your eyes. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So I don't know how high that drone is. You can't tell. Don't know if he's got the zoom on, but I'll say a couple 100 feet with this. It looks like he may have zoom on, but I even thought I saw Bigfoot stumble like a person. Let's take another look. It looks like, doesn't it look like he's trying to make, like he's trying to step wide? Oh, don't forget to step big. Oh, right. Bigger. We need those at least 4 feet apart, Big. Come on now. Show us you got big feet, Big. There you is. How you feeling, warm in that suit? It's like a ghillie suit. I want to shave it. Well, you'll shave it. Well, there's your Bigfoot, fellas and ladies. What do you think? You got a real Bigfoot right there, or is it just another hoax perpetrated by a guy who ain't got nothing better to do with his drone out there in the woods? Bigfoot or big fraud? You be the judge. Q. Well, I'm going to go out on a ghillie, and I'm going to say it's not real. And I'll tell you why. I think you'll agree. Not once did Bigfoot look up. See, in my world, Bigfoot would have looked up, wondering what the buzz is all about. I know. He would have. And you know what he would have done? That's right. He would have given it the bird. Because in my world, Bigfoot don't take shit from nobody. And he'll let you know if he don't like you. He'll give you that fairy finger. Or that furry finger. Did I say fairy finger? Well, something ain't right about that. Hey, don't forget to watch Beyond UFOs and the Unknown. It came out last night on the Amazon. And you can check it in your whatever. I got to pull this up now. It's time. It's that time. It's time. Something's not right. Something's not right. Hold on. Okay, it's back. All right, we're good. So we've got another warning coming into thin air. Don't like what he be seeing out in them Caribbean areas. You know, where the hurricanes develop. Well, there may be something brewing. Did you know that the hurricane season ends December 1st? November 30th is the last day. I had no idea. I thought it was like the 13th of November. For reals. So we still have a chance with those hot waters down in the Gulf of tropical disaster happening. In 3, 2, and go.
All right, my my friends, quick look at the moisture and these weird water vapor lines we are seeing all over Lake Michigan, underneath and bowing down towards, yes, Asheville, North Carolina, and that area that was flooded recently. Now, we talked about these over the last couple days. We have to call these water vapor trails, or we get these really annoying people dropping community notes. So these are just water vapor trails. As you can see, they are forming within this giant moisture cloud that came from Hurricane Christy out in the Pacific. We talked about that yesterday, and we discussed how this moisture is now being water vapor trailed, and then all that moisture is now rolling across the center of the country. So to tie this all together, imagine that hurricane sitting right out here, just like it did in that video we posted the other day, where the moisture is peeling off into California. We saw all the vapor trails. So that moisture, as it's coming in, is all getting loaded with those trails, which means as it's moving into the United States, it's already very potent and filled with whatever that water vapor has. So in theory, a lot of people believe that once these clouds are all saturated with that water vapor, it is then easier to control at a later time. Not only that, but as far as the Asheville situation, we zoom in here, and now we see this giant ball of moisture that's been water vapored for days and days, and we can see the exact same thing happening over here ahead of the system. So if you watch closely as I backtrack and then move forward, we can see a lot of water vapor trailing going on around the Great Lakes region. I mean, take a look at all that. You could see hundreds of these lines.
Hey, that's extremely obvious. This is unbelievable to me. Seriously, that is blatant disregard for America. I don't know. It's terrible, but it's obvious to me.
Taking place, and this entire flow is then moving down into the Carolinas and this region, the exact area
Same reason
we saw the Asheville flooding after Hurricane Helene. And you could just follow it all the way down there. It's almost there. It'll be there.
Guys, I mean, if this isn't obvious to you, I don't know what to, I can't, you ever hear the term, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. Well, he's leading us, and either you buy into it or not. I've bought into the chemtrail theory about 18 years ago when I researched it myself. It's a real thing. And this is bullshit. This is crazy. Now, if they're not manipulating it in any way, fine. But what is the reason for all this? This is unprecedented. I've never seen anything like this. Never. Not in the middle of the country.
Within a couple hours. So if you live in this area, look up, show me some pictures, tell me what you see in the skies. If you live south of Lake Michigan, show me what you're seeing right now, because this is a giant mess. That is certainly a lot of water vapor, my friends. Let's take one more quick look at this in slow motion as we can see those lines forming. Oh my goodness gracious, what a mess. You could watch this almost every single day in different parts of the world, but you can see this entire group here, this entire thing, thousands of these lines are all moving into this area now. I wonder if this has anything to do with the tornado shelters at the FEMA camp. All right, my friends, I appreciate you all. Short video. I am working on an update on
I mean, that's crazy.
Hurricane Patty. I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. Hey, man, I believe it. In that I do. The evidence is right there. David Wilcox, not Wilcock, gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much. One went to Tyler Studinsky. One went to Helen of Crystals. One went to MMT TPP. One went to Eastern Arkansas Transparency. Hey, man, how are you? Thanks for hanging out over here. No way. Very, very nice of you to hang out. Appreciate that. John Griggs was gifted a membership by David Wilcox, not Wilcock. All right. So, yeah. And you know why they're doing it? It's all about Trump. Hey. It's crazy what they'll do. I don't know what the whole thing is about, but Asheville's in trouble. Is it Asheville? Is it Asheville? Yes. Glenn Collins, you got it, man. Once they opened up Pandora's box, you can't shut it off. Something like that. Yeah, Glenn Collins says they can't turn off the machine that's making all this bad weather manipulation that's going to get worse as it goes around in circles. Well, it's just like taking drugs. Once you take something like insulin, I learned as soon as you start taking insulin, your body will shut off its regular way of making insulin, which is why they don't give it to type 2 people with diabetes unless you have really crazy sugar levels. For some reason, you just can't control it, like me. But I don't take insulin yet, and I need to. But anyway, that's what I mean. So once they implemented the chemtrail activity, let's say they messed with one weather system, it now took out and changed the pattern that the globe, that Earth knows what has to come next. Earth decides when it needs a hurricane. Earth decides when it has to cool down. Earth decides it, not us. So now that we've implemented our way of doing business with the weather, everything's screwed up. Everything. And there's no way they can get it back. You know how they can let it go? By letting it go. I mean, do you know how they can get the weather back to go normal? By not doing anything for probably 5 years. Could be 10, could be 20. I don't know. How badly is it damaged? Well, it isn't broken. We still have seasons. However, doesn't it seem like summer lasts a month longer? Like, didn't it used to snow all the time in October? I remember growing up, it was always snow on Halloween. And then somewhere in the late 80s, all that changed and it never snowed anymore. It just got really cold. Well, it's a great point. We screwed up. And for those people who come over here from Rich Saves America and that world over there, this is what I've been doing for 20 years. Ufology, UFOs. It's my number one passion. And it's good to see that there's some integration between the both channels, because let me tell you something. Ufology has been politically screwed over by what I say the other side, which the politics of the Biden administration have leaked into ufology since 2016 with the it's not an admission, with the addition of Tom DeLonge, and then the year following Elizondo, Christopher Mellon, it turned into a love fest for the leftist. And ufology has turned all right things left, which all left things are wrong. And the reason Elizondo was brought into this field, I think, was for that military tone that they wanted to bring into this community to push out the civilian, push me out, to get me out, to rewrite the history books from 2017 on. You heard Lou Elizondo say it. If we could just start all over from 2017 or from the Nimitz incident, 2004, you want to go there? Yeah, that's what he said, right? 2004. My bad. I don't know why I thought 2017. Probably that's when he got here. But you can't. That when he said that, I knew we had a problem. And then he never said it anymore because it was such a bad thing to say. But some of us never forgot. And now here we are 7 years later, fighting for the truth more than ever. It's gotten worse. You think ufology's better because we had more mainstream media than we ever have? It was. It was so good. All through the pandemic, they were doing it the right way. All they had to do is just tell us they're here, or we know what they are, or they exist, or they're coming, whatever disclosure they would have told us, we would have been okay. It would have been better than sitting at home and not doing anything those months of COVID. They had their chance and you blew it. They blew it. They blew it, and they have to. You want to know why? Because how are they going to sell the next alien threat to get the money they need for the black budget program? This is so easy. This is so freaking easy to see how ufology has been manipulated all for the fucking dollar. And everybody, oh no, they're going to bring disclosure. No, they really mean it this time. Keep telling yourselves that. Keep telling yourselves that. Oh boy. Wow. So Burchette honestly believes that Trump is going to make the disclosure announcement if he becomes president. Honestly, he really believes it. Hey, man. Hey, that ain't cool. I thought this was a minute-long clip. Now it's only 34 seconds. Okay, well, whatever. But Burchette says it, and I'm surprised. I was surprised. That's why I talked about it. That's why I'm talking about it. I can't speak. Go.
I believe that, but I believe what's ultimately going to happen is we've got to have a strong leader in the White House that grasps the problem what's going on. And I've actually talked to folks. Well, I've talked to President Trump, but I'm convinced that if he's elected, that there will be disclosure and there will be much gnashing of teeth, because I feel like he gets it now. I think part of his problem in the past was he trusted people that were around him, and it was just too dadgum big.
That's a horrible. That was clickbait, right? Burchette's not good. I don't trust him at all. He is working both sides very carefully. You can see it because he wants to be friends with everybody. He has to try to make nice with everybody. But what I don't like is he doesn't act the same way around Corbell and Knapp the way he does when he's around other people or when they're not around. Because basically it's their narrative, the one that he's saying doesn't exist. And the one that Trump is talking about exists. Whatever that is. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Trump ain't going to do shit. Never happen. I'd bet my life on it. Yeah, I would. Thank you. What's that? No, I didn't hear it. Let's take a look. Nope. Oh, yeah, Jeanette threw down a PayPal today. Thank you very much, Jeanette. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that was the only one. Thank you very much, Jeanette, on PayPal with the very nice gift to the cause. Thanks, Jeanette. A continuing supporter, the angel of GUFON, you know the whole thing. So I forget the guy's name. Who's the radar guy that lost his mind, got addicted to drugs and alcohol? What was his name? He's talking a lot of unprovable stuff. Yeah. What's his name again? I can't remember. Oh, Kevin Day. Kevin Day. Yeah. He says every single one of these contacts over the course of 10 days, about 100 contacts, every single one of them disappeared. The way it was written, I thought he was talking about the pilots. He's talking about UFOs here. Every single one of these contacts over the course of 10 days, about 100 radar contacts, UFOs on radar, about 100, every single one of them, he says, disappeared off my radar in the same exact spot in the sky, which was about 60 miles north of Guadalupe Island. Didn't Daniel Sheehan talk about a base near that island and hundreds of recorded UAPs over there? UFOs, whatever. And for those of you who don't remember, Kevin Day is retired, of course, but he's the Navy Senior Chief Operations Specialist and radar dude, radar expert. He's the one who he was in the 2004 USS Nimitz Tic Tac UFO incident. There are some significant. Let's take a listen to this. You know, Kevin Day's the only one who lost his mind. Why? He says, Kevin Day, the reason he went down that shithole life, because nobody believed him when he talked about the UFOs that he saw. Right? He said nobody would believe him. And then when he saw it, he walked into a bar one day, 7 years later or something like that, whatever it was, 2017 perhaps. I think that's when it was. And he sees Elizondo or something on TV where they're talking about the Nimitz incident. And he almost fell to the ground, got emotional. And now they're talking about it. Oh my God. What relief. Oh, I can stop drinking and drugging now. People will believe me. What a weak excuse. I'm sorry. But if you're a radar operations specialist, expert, working in my Navy, your whatever, with this kind of mindset, and believe me, there's a lot of those people working everywhere. But to have one exposed in the UFO community is the worst thing that happened. And nobody sees it. Everybody just feels sorry for the drug addict. Oh, give the guy a break. Nobody believed him. Well, BOOHOO. Nobody believed me when I was accused of a horrible crime either. Shit happens. Take it like a man. Some people are just weak. And that's who we had at the radar that day when Kevin Day was looking at dots with an unstable mind. And who knows if he was using back then. He could have been using his whole life. Who knows? Hey, when a drug addict speaks, they're lying. So I don't believe anything he says, recovery or not. Kevin Day is a liar. Cannot be trusted because of that. Sad, but it's true. It's true. And I hate to be that guy. Because he recovered. Great. So did a million other people. It's not a miracle. It's just effort. Good for you. You got rid of the demons that were going into your body. Now get rid of the demon in your mind. And tell us the truth. What really happened? Why did you lose your fucking mind? I want to know if he got a message from the aliens. You can stop clapping. I want to know if this guy lost his mind because of alien conversations, and I'm not joking. When somebody has that kind of experience and sees UFOs on radar, on camera, visually, close up, it does something to them. Why do you think every guy, all the CIA people, and everybody's interested in Gary Nolan's work? Because it does something to the mind. And they want to know if we could talk to them that way, communicate. Is there a way to move things with your mind? What is so crazy that when people see these things, their brain starts to detach or swell out, and some people even see Jesus. Jesus. Travis Taylor. They gave us a good show. For 7 years. They gave a great show. And it's over. Or is it? November 13th, there's going to be, is it a subcommittee UFO hearing? It's not the big committee, it's a subcommittee, smaller, not as important hearing. Nobody knows what they're going. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Everybody was guessing. Remember the first we're going to get evidence. We're going to hear this. We're going to know the truth. We got a dot for an 0.8 of a second that took 20 minutes, and then we had nothing, and it was the worst ever. And everybody's like, "Hey, well, at least we're talking. The ball's rolling." Oh my God. Oh. So stupid. Disclosure, if everybody can just understand that if disclosure happens, the funding, the private, the reallocating, the stealing, the trickery of getting money to these black budget, top secret people, it's over. Without the alien threat, it ends. And no more money. So what are we going to tell? What do you think would happen if they had disclosure? Now that disclosure happened, we need... What about the aliens? What about all the funding we had to back engineer their ships? Sadly, there really aren't, there's nothing we can do. We have been trying to back engineer their ships for about 80 years. And it doesn't matter what kind of money you give us, we can't do it. But the aliens are here. Yeah, but we don't have the minerals that were used, maybe the crystal. Can we go get them? Sorry, no. If we could, we wouldn't be having this conversation, would we? We'd be talking about going to get them. Now, I don't need your sarcasm here. Well, just saying. So, Johnson, let me get this straight. Now that the aliens have been announced, we thought they were going to give us free energy. That didn't happen. We thought we would get a library full of new knowledge about the universe. Jesus, the only thing we learned is that there's this green glob somewhere in the middle of Andromeda we haven't seen, and nothing new there. Actually, they're pretty freaking stupid, if you ask me. These aliens, they don't even drive the machines that are even used by them. They're all pre-programmed. Longitude, latitude, and some other tude. We don't know how it works, but they're on a timer, and when they need to move, they move, and we can't stop it. So you really don't have any way of No. So the aliens basically, they're just here. They're just here. Stranded? You want to ask them? I don't know. I don't even know what they eat. All I know is we don't have any funding for, because China invented this shit. I wanted to let you know about. We can't let the public know about China. Well, the aliens out of the bag, so China has developed this new technology that can teleport them from A to B very quickly. And we don't want the American public to know about that. So can we get $100 million to figure out how they did that? How am I going to explain that to Congress without the alien threat? Well, it's China's threat. Do you know for sure they can teleport from there to here? They've already done it. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Jing Wu is right behind you. Nope, now he's gone. So they've been popping in and out of this meeting, laughing at us, pointing the finger at us, saying, we can't catch them. Do you see how we need funding from aliens? Do you get it? Without the aliens, there's no funding. Disclosure, will never happen. Never. So why are we here? Oh, that is the $64 million question. We're here because stuff is happening, and it's not from where we think it is. So where's it coming from? Angels, demons, both? Something like that. Yeah. Have you ever heard that honey is the perfect vibration, the perfect food to have in your body? Have you ever heard that before? It's perfect. Honey is the perfect food. If you're holding on to it, you get perfect vibration. Honey is the true success to happiness. I mean, that'll take that. Honey will make you happy. HAPPY, HONEY, happy honey. The reason both of those start with an H, 5 letters each, and end with a E. I don't know. But it's true. Honey. I'm telling you, it's the key to success. It's the key to happiness. Kevin Day. Here you go. You asked for him, not me.
We're getting ready to kick.
By the way, this is the Operations Genius radar operator from the USS Nimitz incident in 2004.
Off the exercise, but a few days before that, we started to notice these odd tracks. And the reason why I say odd is they were coming from low Earth orbit and coming into our radar horizon. And I'm just going to put out a number because it's already out there, 80,000 feet. And they came down in groups of 5 to 10 at a time, would sit up at altitude, and then all of a sudden they would drop down as a group, down to between 20,000 and 28,000 feet off the coast of the island.
By the way, we still don't have proof.
Catalina Island, and they would just sit there. And then one by one, they would, individual objects would leave the larger group, and they would transverse right through my operating area, Whiskey 291, which is right off the southwest coast of San Diego. And they would go about 100 knots, which was really strange because these things could go Mach, who knows?
I don't know about you, but I've heard his story before. Why does this time it sounds like he practiced? He sounds like he's reading. He sounds like he's trying to remember something that should be easily readable in his memory banks. It's very strange the way he's talking. And I wasn't even looking at that. I just recognized it out of habit that he doesn't sound normal to me. It almost sounds like he was, what do you call that? Like readdressing the situation? Or, I mean, he can't change his story, right? He can't change it at this time. It's got to be the same. So far, it sounds the same. But boy, oh boy, he just seems a little different. And he is, but something's not right. And there isn't. I'm just saying. Because now he's talking about what they could do. And then he stops himself and says, well, I really don't know. But they could, right? But I don't know. I don't like that talk. Because that would mean he knows. So what does he know? You know what I mean? They should never let this guy talk. To me, it sounds like they know what these are. It sounds like he may have found out after the fact. That's what it sounds like to me.
291, which is right off the southwest coast of San Diego. And they would go about 100 knots, which was really strange because these things get...
See how he stopped himself there? Why? It's really weird the way he stopped himself, like he was about to say something he was told not to say. It's a big pause. It's really a bad one. Then he licks his lips and shit.
They would go about 100 knots, which was really strange because these things could go Mach, who knows?
And he shakes his head. No, nobody knows. That's why. Nobody knows.
These things could
who knows?
Go Mach, who knows? I mean, instantaneous flight capabilities, okay? And to this day, I don't know why they were going so slow. To catch our attention, who knows, right?
Did you see him pick his ear? Same thing Greer does when they say shit that they really don't know the answer to. A lot of people do this. I do it. I do it too. It's one of my tells.
Capabilities, okay? And to this day, I don't know why they were going so slow. To catch our attention, who knows, right? But the odd thing is, Jimmy, every single one of these contacts, and if you counted them all up over the course of 10 days, about 100 contacts, separate contacts.
Wow.
The weird...
Wow. Great one, Jimmy. Riveting conversation you got going back and forth over here. No questions, no like, man, what were you feeling? Were you excited? Did you hear any voices, psycho? Nothing. He doesn't say anything. Wow.
The thing is, every single one of them, to the best of my memory and knowledge, disappeared off my radar in the exact same spot in the sky.
He's such a bullshitter.
Which was about 60 miles north of Guadalupe Island off the coast.
It's not Guadalupe, it's Guadalupe. By the way he acts when he tells this bullshit lie that they disappeared off the same place every time, he knows it's a lie. Watch the way he almost bows his chest out like, this is my proud moment, and I'm telling you things that only I know. He can't wait to have the spotlight on him. This guy is dangerous to ufology. I don't know why anybody would have him on. He should be told not to speak to the public, ever. Watch.
To the best of my memory and knowledge, disappeared off my radar in the
Here it
exact
comes.
same spot in the sky.
Wow.
Which was about 60 miles north.
Great one, Jimmy. Wow. That's all Jimmy can say. Wow. Jimmy. Oh, man. There.
Wow.
Which
Wow.
was about 60 miles north of Guadalupe in the exact same spot in the sky.
Wow.
Which was about 60 miles north of Guadalupe Island off the coast of Mexico. We ended up canceling the exercise because there was an obvious safety of flight concern, and I convinced the captain that we had to stop the exercise, and I also convinced him that when we did launch, I was going to take one of the aircraft, cancel the training, go to real-world operations, and intercept the closest object to identify these things and to determine what they were. I had searched high and low for an answer. All the documentation, I'd made calls back to the beach. Our data was going back to the beach, so anyone interested could see it on the data links in case there was someone back on the beach messing with my exercise, and we just got confused. Because I have to tell you, Jimmy, we were out there doing a strat group exercise. It is illegal for anyone else to layer another exercise on top of my live exercise.
Oh my God. I can't listen anymore. He is out of control. Now he's talking about how somebody could overlay the screen that he's using for his radar to show fake shit. Boy, he really lives in TV land, doesn't he? He should go on Fantasy Island, the remake, the third one. Terrible. What a horrible interview that guy gave, too. Like, no follow-up. No, I didn't even hear any questions. Wow. Are you Kevin Day? Wow. Hey, Ma. Kevin Day on my show. Wow. 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 On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, where do you believe, Lou? Where do you believe humanity sits on the food chain with our own solar system based on what you've learned? Lou says, solar system? Solar system. I think we're pretty much a 10, but beyond our solar system, if it's anybody's guess. I think if you look at the Drake equation and statistics, with all the hundreds of billions of star systems out there, let's not forget there are more stars in our visible galaxy than there are grains of sand on all the beaches in the world, right? Wow. I tell you, Lou, man, I tell you, nobody can rip yarn like him. I'm telling you, everything he says, it's never been said before. And then he says, that's a lot of sand. I think depending where you go, we may be a 1. We might be a 10 here, right? In the comfort of my own home or in the comfort of my home planet or even my own solar system. NASA does a pretty good job looking for microbial life on Mars and some of those moons around Jupiter and Saturn and whatnot. And who knows, we're probably going to be, maybe find life down there, microbial life under the ice or something, but that's not really an apex predator now, is it? Unless it's a very dangerous virus, and then, that's a different story because it could wipe everybody out. But I don't think that's the case, by the way, for the record. Here in the solar system, I think we're probably a 9 or a 10. I don't think we're going to find anything necessarily in our solar system that's going to be more advanced than us. Other than if something's already been here, like on our planet, meaning underwater. That is supposing they are from out there, Lou says, wherever that is. But the further out you go, chances are the lower on that food chain we're going to start realizing we are. I mean, we're safe right here, right now, in our little neighborhood, but it's an awfully big cosmos, folks. I mean, look at this. It takes light. It travels at 186,000 miles per second. That's 7.5 times around our planet in 1 second. Now imagine how far light can travel in a week. Now imagine how far it can travel in a year. That's 1 light year. Now imagine how far it can travel in 47 billion light years. That is an enormous, and that's only 10% of the calculated size of our actual universe. So it's almost impossible to comprehend numbers like that. You really need to compare it to something else. And that's why I use the analogy of sand on the beach versus stars in the visible universe. Great question. Great. Thank you. Hopefully we answered your question. Again, 9 or 10 here, but the further out you go, the number starts to go down and down and down, I'm afraid. Wow. I tell you, that Lou Elizondo, he can really tell you things you already know like nobody else's business. Right? Really amazing. He's amazing. Lockheed Martin tried to do the right thing for the United States of America. To transfer a UFO, an actual whole physical non-human intelligence designed and built, possibly interstellar, space/time travel capable UFO. They tried, according to Jeremy Corbell. Now, I'm going to play this clip with George Knapp and Jeremy. This may be the most important clip of the year.
UFO cover-up exists within a private company.
Lockheed Martin.
Or Lockheed.
Lockheed was one of those involved.
Lockheed wanted to divest their NHI, non-human intelligence, UAP or UFO materials, a material transfer of UAP that was supposed to happen to OSAP from Lockheed, and that was shut down specifically by CIA-involved individuals. And there's an individual who was head of science and technology at that time. This craft had a streamlined configuration suitable for aerodynamic flight, but no intakes, no exhaust, no wings or control surfaces. In fact, it appeared not to have an engine, fuel tanks, or fuel. So, is this what they were hoping to get to study from Lockheed? Do you know?
Yeah. Yes. There is non-human technology, something from somewhere else, whether it's ET or interdimensional, something that we did not make, that crashed, that we've been analyzing, that's been stashed in presumably special access programs, controlled by defense contractors, presumably funded secretly by the public. Not even members of Congress get to see.
It was Dr. Edgar Mitchell, Sixth Man to Walk on the Moon, a guy that I filmed a bunch with. When he died, this memo was in his archive. It wasn't something the public was supposed to see. But additionally, when this got out, it shows this guy Wilson, Admiral Wilson, who I believe was the J2 at the time. The J2 has oversight over all the black budget SAPs. And he was furious that he didn't have access to one of them, let's say, I don't know, at Lockheed. Whose job is it to not let people know the fundamental nature of reality that we live in? As we've always suspected, the CIA has a lot of communication and oversight and kind of their hands in a lot of these retrieval programs.
Let's say Marco Rubio convinces the Pentagon or Lockheed Martin, let me into the hangar, let me see the craft. Oh, there's the bodies. He gets to see that with his own eyes and then goes back and what? Can he say it?
You've got a guy who did the investigation, provided that to the inspector general, and said, here is the street address of where this UFO material is being held. Can we assume that this craft that Dr. Lakatsky has direct firsthand knowledge of is exactly what Lockheed has? You're telling us, you told us, because you were allowed to tell us, that our government has a UFO in its possession and has been able to access the inside of it, right?
Yes.
Well,
It's delicate. It's
Why is it delicate?
our enemies. And our enemies, you can be sure they're listening to this show right now.
I don't think.
Did he say our enemies or alien enemies? Wait, what?
Is exactly because you were allowed to tell us that our government has a UFO in its possession and has been able to access the inside of it, right?
Yes.
Well,
It's delicate. It's
Why is it delicate?
our enemies. And our enemies.
Why is it delicate?
Our enemies.
Why is it delicate?
Our enemies. And our enemies, you can be sure they're listening to this
He must be talking about China, Russia, and everybody else.
show right now.
I don't think anybody involved with the cover-up should face any prison time. Let's move on.
I'm with you on that up to a point. There are lines that should not be crossed.
Like
Right.
what?
If you threaten to kill somebody, or if you actually do silence them through violence.
Got you.
That's-
Agreed.
that's
Agreed.
That's where everybody's going. That's the thing now. The threats. They're real. even the ones that when nobody talks to you, but you see people watching you, following you, everywhere you go. You go to the store, there's the white car. You go to the movies, there's the white car when you come out. How do you know it's the same white car? Well, the license plate looks the same rims, same sticker, same everything. Wake up the next day, get up early, 5 a.m., usually get up at 6. The car's up the street. That would make you think a little bit, wouldn't it? Well, that happened to me. And that's when I whipped out the recorder and saw the spy couple on the mountain watching me in my backyard, quarter mile away. All they had to do was just go to the mountain. They could see in all of our backyards, and that's where I did all my sky watching. Plus, they can see the front yard. They can see where I go and whether I leave or not. So when I turned my camera to them, they look right at me and realize that I'm watching them. And then you can see the guy talking to this girl, and then she looks. They're both looking at me, just looking without binoculars, and I do this. And I came up with an idea. I said, I'm going to leave the camera watching the mountain, focusing on them, which I was able to do. Close enough, you could see everything, the mountain, the road, them. And I was going to get in my car with another camera, hold the camera inconspicuously and record a conversation that I would drum up with them. So when I started to drive up there, I didn't know it at the time, and I couldn't tell what was going on. But when I came back and looked at the footage on the camera in the backyard, you can see that they noticed me leaving, and they started loading everything in the back of their car to leave. As I'm pulling up to the mountain, when I look back on the recording, they came down that mountain so fast. It was like they all really dangerously fast. And there was a cattle guard right before you got to the road, so she had to slow down. I pulled in front of them. She came around, and I go, hey, my hand out the window. I go, where's Beardsley? And then all of a sudden in the passenger seat, I just saw her driving. All of a sudden in the passenger seat, a guy was laying all the way back. He leans his seat up because he was hiding. And he goes, oh, Beardsley's about a mile that way. And I go, oh, okay. And they knew it was me. When I got home and watched the camera from the backyard, not only did I see them trying to get away from me, but what I heard was even more unbelievable to me. So imagine I left my house. Nobody's home. Just the dog in the house. And I leave. I go up to talk to them. But in the backyard, you could hear what sounds like somebody walking up to the camera. And you could hear the footsteps and the gravel on the ground. As they get closer to the camera, they must have went like this. Let's say this is the camera, right? The camera's right there. They go like this. This is what I'm imagining. They probably went and looked through it, but you could hear a little breathing. Just a little. And then the camera made a noise because they actually accidentally kicked the tripod with their foot. Just enough. You could hear it go. I know that sound. And then you hear. And then you hear somebody jump over a fence because you could hear, somebody jumping over. You know what that sounds like when they land. So that was happening in my backyard when I was driving up to talk to them. Pretty cool. And that's what I'm trying to get up and show everybody. And that's kind of cool. Plus the other time where somebody tried breaking in, and oh man, so many weird, cool stuff. It happens though. Why they were following me? I was only in I wasn't even in the UFOs a year. But I was sending some really cool stuff to Brian Vike, to Casebook, to one big show. I can't remember his name, but he's terrible. Really popular show. And those guys were putting my stuff out there, and I, you know, I was going on all these big shows, and I'm like, well, I might as well just come up with my own channel and my own radio show. And that's what started it. And it had nothing to do with debunking anything. I didn't know anything about bad ufology yet. Everything was just about me at this point. And seeing what other people were recording and saying balloon, balloon, balloon. And then realizing that a lot of people are lying. And then realizing my footage is being lied about to the public, making up strange titles that I didn't approve of. You know, I didn't call it a humanoid. I never would do that. Kidding me? But Jeff Rentz was the other guy, yeah. And then Jerry Pippin, who's passed away. A lot of good people out there. Anyway, later tonight I'll have that. I'll have a drone video and hopefully a UFO. Oh, I caught a UFO, really a real one with the drone. You guys are going to love it. Just for the members only. That's coming out in a little bit later tonight. But thank you very much, moderators and super chatters. Thanks for the memberships, David, giving those out. I appreciate that. In a few days, we'll be giving out 10 new memberships here and on Rich Saves. So don't forget to come back on the 1st. But we'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on GUFON. And remember, we do it every single night, except for Sunday. And we do Truthology for Ufology. We do it every night. We do it for you. All right. That's it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm Richie G. And if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. No, that is all right. Alien Black.